Custer's Alive, Book Number 4, A Story Complete, Segment Part Number 2, Audio. Chapter 1, The Search. Today was the day that we ordered the police on a manhunt. For all we know, they could have entered into Canada and already passed their border. But the police knew what the license plate said on their car. The Newton Cates car, that is. You see, ever since Donnie's death, the police of Custer have been on an endless hunt to find Mark, Chris, and Harley Newton Kate to bring them into justice based on accounts for murder and attempted murder. They were now going to be put on trial and held in prison for 2 life sentences without parole. And so the search has started. Meanwhile, back at home, Grandma Betry had started cooking breakfast after letting everyone spend the night at her house for the evening. Not knowing when she would have them leave, she decided that all of them could stay for as long as they would like. And not only that, but she happened to be serving a great breakfast for all of them. This morning, that doesn't happen quite often, but only happens once so often in the Betry family, due to Grandma Betry's age. She doesn't cook a lot, but she mostly cooks in the evenings when she doesn't have to fend for others. Though this morning she was feeling in the mood partially because of the big search that is going down to find the suspects who were involved in the case of Donnie's murder. It was a big deal to Grandma Betry, not just because it was about her daughter, but because she knew she was in the right and her daughter had screwed up big time. Meanwhile, at work, Jacob was out patrolling the streets for any signs of Mark, Chris, and Harley. So far, he hasn't seen anyone with those names. While he was on duty, Ronnie, Grandma, Betry, Bruno, Kate, Billy, and Boomer were cooped up at the house, and it wouldn't be long before Grandma Betry would get them up. But there was one thing that she was waiting on. She was waiting on a call from Jacob to see if he had spotted them, but she hasn't heard. So that led her to decide on her own. Her decisions didn't take long. Hey guys, time to wake up. If you want breakfast, you better come down here. Billy struggled to get on his feet, but he did, and Boomer jumped up with little ease to wake up Kate, Ronnie, and Boomer by licking them. Disgusting. Ew, gross, it's slobber, they all said, as Billy came back with a smart remark. Well, what can I say, you three sleepyheads failed to wake up when breakfast was called. Seems like you're not that hungry then, Billy said with a lousy mouth comeback. What makes you think we're not hungry? Kate said with her bloodshot eyes. Well, I don't know. You guys just seem real tired. I guess you could say that, Bruno pointed out. But we're also hungry, not just tired. That's why we're heading downstairs, Bruno continued. I'm heading down. Me too. Me three. The rest of them made their way down after Boomer as he trotted down the stairs. I see you all are joining me for breakfast. That's nice, Grandma Betry said. Billy added, Yes, it is nice. Kate, may you pass the syrup, please? While that was taking place, Grandma Betry poured some dog food into Boomer's dog dish. Yes, I will, Bruno added. They finished breakfast that morning. Meanwhile, when patrolling the roundabout area, Jacob spotted some people walking with luggage alongside the road. As a longtime police officer and investigator, he had never seen anything like this. Well, not of wealthy people. Ma'am, sir, Jacob pulled up in his mobile police car. Can I help you? Mark asked. You're gonna have to come with me, both of you. Jacob parked on the side of the road after he had pulled up beside them. Can we help you, sir? Chris asked calmly. You two are under arrest for the murder of Donnie Newton Kate and for the attempted murder of your other son, Ronnie Newton Kate. You know how this goes. Stop walking, stop right there, let go of the luggage, Place your hands behind your back. You too, miss. I just want to let you know when I say you two, I mean you two. On your knees, both of you. And so this is it. No more liberty. Harley went on. You have the right to remain silent. If you do say anything, what you say can be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to consult with a lawyer and have that lawyer present during any questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you if you so desire. After Jacob cuffed them, he took necessary protocol and drove away with both of them sitting in the back seat. So when can I make my first phone call? Chris asked. Usually around 8, Jacob said. When our meals, Harley added. 7, 8:30, and 6:30, Jacob added back. Thank you, Chris said. No problem, Jacob answered. It was noon by the time Jacob got home, but it was well worth the wait for everyone. Hey everyone, long time little see. Bet you guys want the great news. What great news is even possible in these days? Kate asked sarcastically. Well, there's the news you guys have all been wanting to hear. And there's the news you guys have all been not wanting to hear. I'd go with the first option, Bruno depicted. Well, good, because I was only going to tell you that I caught the two suspects that were involved in Donnie's killing. But, anyways, I thought I would let you all know that, and Ronnie and the rest of you should all know too. Well, thank you, Jacob, Billy said quietly. Well, we are all free now. We no longer have to worry. As for Ronnie, he can now have a sense of closure and feel like he's safe at home without having to watch his back every time he turns around. You know how that is. Being a cop must be hard. Because you have to watch your back 24/7 like it's nothing. Billy said resiliently. Yeah, I get it. It's life. Most things don't come easy, but it's life. So we have to get used to those changes. It's the only way we can grow. So, not to change the subject or anything, I know this is kind of off topic, but where do you think Mark is hiding at? You said you caught and arrested Chris and Harley, but Mark was involved in it too, wasn't he? Bruno asked questionably. Well, I think there's going to be an interviewer, and they're going to sit down in a room and interrogate the two of them until they get the truth and a satisfying answer out. Then I will go and make a formal arrest, Jacob said in a respectful manner. Oh, okay, I see. Bruno said that in a sarcastic way, as that defined him and who he was. This reminds me, I didn't mention Custer James Manning at all. Man, I thought Mark, Chris, and Harley were the only ones. Nope. Custer's the worst. But I'm caught on close tight ends. So from here on out, I need to gain a full insight on the director's talk. I'll be back, you guys. I'm running up to the police station really quick to listen to what the director got on Custer. Man, sounds good. Have fun, Jacob. We'll see you when you get home, Kate configured. Once Jacob got there, he saw that the director had finished the interrogation. So, did you get anything about a boy named Custer James Manning who was supposedly involved in the killing too? Yes, I did get the memo on that. It's so unfortunate. And he could be anywhere, not turning himself in, the director quoted. The director started walking away towards the door, right when Jacob said, I think I know where he's at. And where do you think he's at, Jacob? No offense, really. Well, I remembered talking to Ronnie, and he told me that Custer lives in a cave, and his killer motives basically came from family abandonment. So that could be why he was persuaded into killing Donnie so easily. Now, as far as Ronnie's story with the Green Force magic, I think time will tell. But wherever Custer is at, I'm sure he's somewhere. Agreed. And tribute goes out to Sheriff Patterson and his son Rex. God only knows one day we will find peace, somewhere and somehow. But when that time comes, there will be closure. Well said, Director. Jacob headed home that night with a brighter look and outreach, and that was what made moments like these so special, is how they perceived us and changed our lives completely. Hey Jacob, any luck finding Custer? Bruno asked abruptly. He's never coming back. How can you be so sure? Billy asked Jacob. You guys, we're fine. We're safe. We're healthy. There's nothing to worry about, Ronnie stated. That was a shock. I didn't think you were going to say anything, Ronnie. I mean, the whole time you were here, Billy brought up. That's Ronnie for you, Grandma said with very little ease. For the rest of the night, and for the next few weeks, they spent quality time with each other until Jacob's friends had to leave. Even though Ronnie stayed back for the joy of being with Grandma Betry, everyone had greeted each other before the rest of the group had took off. Finally, there was peace. The next few weeks carried on with not a worry at sight. In fact, they were just enjoying life. Everything was good, at least for good. That was the rise of Ronnie Newton Kate, because he was better off in good hands than bad hands. Often missing his brother, he had Grandma, Grandpa, Boomer, and Ronnie all by his side, all for a better, happy ever after. The end.